All right, is this frame making me look as fat as possible?
Hold on. I'm trying to. it's a hard.
Can you accentuate the man boobs?
Okay, we're still recording. Hold on.
We ready?
Yeah. Okay, if I'm actually gonna get hit, I can't do two things at once.
Okay, today's video is about planting a micro orchard full of fig trees. We have about 12 fig varietals that we're going to plant here. We'll talk about that later. If that's not interesting to you, move right along. Those are guineas. That's what they are. So like I was saying, what we're doing right now is we're squaring up our arena for planting. We're going to do about 10-foot spacing because we're going to keep these in bush form because we want to harvest all of the fruit and not sacrifice it to all the birds. We're not going to let them grow up to be very tall trees.
Okay.
No, I've got a whole other spool down there. So like I said, what we're doing right now is we're lining everything up. I've got this white twine all the way down where I've already got 3 fig trees planted in the back, juxtaposed by a mulberry over here. It's defoliated right now, so you probably can't see it. So we went ahead and we got ourselves a 90-degree angle, or close to it, to bring back our other measurements. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our trusty tape measure and we're gonna write out every 10 foot and put a flag down. But before we do that, we're gonna observe the guineas being crazy, and we're gonna go square, make sure we're square 10 foot between the figs and this new line that we laid down before I hammer that down in the background. All right, so we're about to do a little time lapse of everything that I just told you. We'll start by squaring everything, sticking the flags out, planting some trees. What you have here is an auger. What you have here is what will be a hole. It's really important for this part that you breathe as many gas fumes as you can. Quick thing about this is we want the hole to be no deeper than the actual pot itself is. Reason being because all this soil is going to settle a little bit. So our goal from this point on is to plant this tree about 10 to 20% above the actual line of the ground, which I'm happy with right there because we're about a hand to the soil level. Reason being, this is going to settle about 50% of that hand, a couple of inches, and we're going to bring in a full wheelbarrow of composted manure and wood chips and really mound this up. So that'll end up covered. We're not just leaving the root mass exposed, and that's an important distinction. You never want to do that, but it is safe to leave 10 to 25% of the root mass exposed. Paid clients don't love that, but it is beneficial when you're planting something this late into your wet season and the groundwater's so high, and you don't want to plant it stopping wet feet. The ground's going to settle, mulch is going to rise, this is going to be perfectly fine. This is my true soil level right here.
Hey, cooler younger brother here. We were gonna do a cool time lapse of us finishing off the last row, but my brother needs me to do some, I think, guinea chasing for him, so we'll be right back.
Anyways, it's getting dark. We still have to pack up tools and we still have to get eggs. So like many of our great capers on the farm here, what should have taken one afternoon will take into tomorrow as well. So we're gonna call it there for the evening. And we will see you guys tomorrow when we come back to finish planting another 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 to 12 trees to complete our fig orchard. Hope y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll see you in the next 10 to 20 seconds if you stick around. If you don't stick around, you're lame. Good morning, guys. It's time to finish what we started yesterday. And it is a beautiful morning. Gotta start by letting these guineas out. Loosed. The rabbits need a scoop. Kittens need a scoop. And it's time to get to work. So this is what has not been planted yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figs all the way down, not in the ground yet. These are the 3 that were primarily here. They were already established. We've got another one in the ground right here. 2, 3, 4, and then we've got another row 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our mulberry at the very end over there. So as you see, like I said, we left a lot of that root mass above ground. We've got a nice little mound at the top of all of these. And the reason that's not an issue is because first big rain, those trees are going to settle a few inches like we talked about, and we're about to get these covered up completely with some really, really nice compost that we've been making on the property. So they're looking good. It's okay to have a few air roots too when you plant something. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know, we're all the way up to my mid hand on this, which is great. It's exactly where I want it. I'll come and take cuttings on these too before they grow out too much. Like I said, this is going to be a fig hedge. I originally wanted to plant these in a Fibonacci sequence and call it my Fig-Bonacci orchard. I'm sure that's not original. I'm sure someone's already done that, and it's really cool. But we're just kind of running out of space on the property. And while a Fibonacci sequence of figs would have been super cool, it also wouldn't have been as easy to mow or to maintain. And so the idea with this is that over time, we will hedge these out at about 6 foot is where we'll let the max growth as far as height is concerned come out, maybe 8 foot. And then we're gonna start training branches laterally in between all of these. And the way that we'll do that is we'll sink a 4x4 or a 6x6 in between everything and literally treat these like grapevines. And we'll run and train and tether the lines across in between all of them, and this is going to be our fig hedge. We're going to keep it very short. We're going to keep it very maintained, very well manicured. Like I said, we've got about 12 different varieties, so we're not just going to be growing fruit with this stock, but we're also going to be using this stock as a base for all of our propagation, for all of our cuttings that we're going to take. You don't really graft figs, you kind of just dip and stick those. We'll do a video on that later though. As you can see, some of these are already pretty darn tall. I could come and take a lot of this stock just to propagate for future use, and I will be doing so. So now that all of that has been said, we're gonna get into the time lapse. Thank you guys again. Stay cool. All right, and just like that, it's all planted. We're all good now. Got it done, except for compost. Let me know what you think about figs, our little fig orchard, what we're doing, and yeah. Let us know what you think about our fig orchard so far. Pretty soon we're going to take you out into the proper orchard where we already have over 200 fruit trees, but for now we're getting this little micro orchard set up with these figs. Hope you've enjoyed it. We sure have. Thank you for being here.